Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kechelle, and today we are going to be reading some books based on my bullet journal. I know y'all, it's May. Literally, it's May. But we still haven't talked about my books for my March bullet journal. Okay, so for my March bullet journal, I did not record this. So if you were looking for a recording of how I set this up, I didn't, because I set up my March bullet journal so late into the month that I was like, if I don't set this up, if I don't go ahead and get this journal drawn out, I'm not gonna have it. Like I'm gonna be without a journal this month, and that can't happen. Obviously, I do have a cover page. Same as always, I have my prayer on the left-hand side. I got the cover page on the right, and I kept it very, very simple. For some reason, I am in the mood for some vertical lines, honey, because that's what I did on the cover page, the Polaroid. Y'all know I love a good Polaroid moment. So instead of like trying to go hunt to where they were or trying to go find them somewhere in all of my scrap pieces of paper and journaling supplies, I just drew one out with this cute monstera. Side note, I kind of think I want a monstera plants. I've been following this girl on the socials, one of them, and she has this beautiful, big, huge, beautiful monstera plant, and I want one. So that's what was on my mind, obviously. Then we have our daily habits. We have our monthly summary. I will say though, I really like how I did my habit tracker summary. Kept it cute. So as y'all can see, what we working with March was a little more limited than February. I could really just go off of the colors, hence why I have on pink. So I have a pink background, some green elements. It's mostly just pink and green elements here, okay? So I decided for this bullet journal, I was going to use that, pink and green. Now in January, we already did the colors as a title or using the color in a title. And then in February, we had a lot more things to work with, so that wasn't even an option. What I did in February wasn't really an option for March. So I decided, instead of running it back and trying to find those colors in the title, I said, why don't I find the colors in the names? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, honestly, the author that came up the most when I did this was obviously John Green. I think he wrote like something about the turtles, all the turtles down, something like that. He wrote something about the Anthropocene. Yeah, I get on this camera and I embarrass myself so many times. But John Green has the most. He's the most prominent on the websites that I was looking up. And I just didn't want to read John Green. I didn't. Now, I will say this book right here did intrigue me. But it's such a popular book, and I wanted to keep my promise to myself, which was I don't want to just read popular books on my channel. I will come back to this because it did sound a little intriguing, but I wanted to read about books that either I haven't heard of before or y'all haven't heard of before, just so we have something else to talk about, girl. Okay, so I just kept searching and searching and searching. And around this time, this is a few weeks ago, I'm always looking for a good audiobook. Sorry. I'm usually looking for a really good audiobook. And I came across this book called The Kingdoms of Savannah. I think that a book like this always intrigues me because it's a mystery, but it also sounds like very character driven. So that was book number one because of the last name Green. Okay, and then for book number two, I decided to, of course, search up the name Pink because, hello, we have green and pink for our colors. And not much came up, and I decided to go with this book called We Are the Scribes. I am more likely to pick up a YA book on our bullet journal reading vlogs than I am any other time. I don't know why. It just fits the vibe. It fits the mood. I'm here for it. So yes, those are the two books that I am reading. Okay, let me go ahead and give you a review of the book, The Kingdoms in Savannah, or The Kingdoms of Savannah. So this young man is found deceased in a burned building in Savannah, Georgia. Everybody thinks that the owner of this property did it because he's not well liked in the community. People are like, yeah, he's shiesty, he's slummy, he ain't kosher. Some of the milk ain't clean about him. So he probably did it on purpose, so he can get his insurance money and go ahead and build what he wants to build on that land. That's what the public is thinking. And also they feel like, the police feel like they have enough incriminating evidence against this man, so they go ahead and arrest him. Now, he reaches out to this law firm that is a very small law firm owned by a family. It was owned by this man who is now passed away. He gone on to be with him. So he left the family to his wife and his 4 children, grown children. So this woman is the matriarch now. This woman is now the matriarch of the family, and she decides to take this case on, even though in the court of public opinion, maybe he guilty. So she said, Morgana is her name. Morgana said, well, y'all don't know that to be sure, and he already giving me some money up front, so I'm just gonna go see what it's about. So we are following Morgana, her children, and her grandchild as they are trying to figure out what to do about this man and his perceived guilt, and also what to do about working with each other. Morgana is also kind of a socialite. She's notorious in her community, okay? She has done some things, honey. She also has, like I said, she has 4 children, and they do not get along. They don't too much alike each other. One of them used to be a lawyer, but now he is, I think his name is Luke. He used to be a lawyer, but now he is displaced. There is a judge in the family. There is another guy in the family, forgot what he does. And then there is a nurse. And then the granddaughter works at a bar, and she happened to be really close to the deceased. So as you can see, there's some tensions about the case, and then there's also some family drama. I liked this book. I loved how it started because the city of Savannah really comes alive. And I don't know if y'all ever been to Savannah, Georgia, but I did go because we went to Juliette Lowe's house when I was a Girl Scout, and she's the founder of Girl Scouts. Anyway, Bree, stay focused. So she lived or was born in Savannah. I've been to Savannah, and they play up the ghost town of it all. Like, you know, ghosts and spooky stories and all those types of things. This book allows that to be at the forefront while also talking about the obvious, which is there are plantations galore. Slavery was very common, obviously. So I applaud how Mr. Green did that. I enjoyed all of those components, but especially the city as a character component. We have on green. You like my green? I don't think she does. Anyway, we're done here. Let's go home. Scribes by Randy Pink. And I've already started reading it. I'm gonna hopefully finish it today. I only have it on audiobook, but it's about this girl named Ruth, I think. And she is from a family of activists. Her mom is a political commentator. She is a senator, actually. Her dad is an African-American professor. Her sister was an activist, and now her sister has like disappeared, like she's gone missing. So we don't know what's happening to her sister, but all while her family, come here, but all while her family's trying to figure out what happened to her sister, Ruth begins getting letters from she doesn't know where, but it says "We Are the Scribes," and they're basically telling her that she needs to write about what's happening. I think this is around the time where like monuments are being taken down and people are not acknowledging the true history. Okay, I've only listened to the prologue and chapter 1. I'm too distracted by this one right here. So actually, let's go home. Okay, so as I was saying in the park, so Ruth is a writer. She has a notebook where she writes, and like the synopsis says, she stopped writing for a while after, you know, the tragedy of her sister. She is really struggling with whatever it is. I mean, rightfully so. So, like I said, I've only read or listened to the prologue and then the first chapter, and we already know so much about how this tragedy has affected their family. I am gonna try to finish this book today, but we have our pink on. We're in a pink mood. We're doing pink things. So yeah, we're gonna keep listening to it, and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, so let me go ahead and give y'all my final thoughts on We Are the Scribes. I gave this book, I believe, let's say it's a 3.25. I have already said this. I do enjoy books where you can tell the story started and before the book started and will end, or will keep going after the book ends. However, I do like the book to be completed, right? I don't think this book was all the way. I mean, it did. It told the story it needed to tell. I just didn't like that some things were left untied. I think that the timeline that we have was unfinished. I think that I don't know how else to put it without spoiling it, except I just felt like there were some things that were left unfinished. There was a whole lot of things that were said. There were a lot of loose ends, in my opinion. However, and I also, there is a perspective that we get. The whole scroll dynamic, I feel like, should have been a little bit more explained, and it should have been explored a little bit more like it was. And the book was very self-aware of what it was trying to do with the scrolls. I just don't think it accomplished it at the end. Like, it didn't stick the landing. So to me, it's like a 3.25, something like that. But I did enjoy it, and I do recommend it. This book reminds me of Monday's Not Coming. Where is it? Because in my opinion, Monday's Not Coming is about a girl in grief who's trying to come into her own and is having trouble settling into different dynamics in her world. And I see similarities there. Okay, now if you read Monday's Not Coming and you loved it like I did, this book is not an exact replica, but to me, there are a lot of similarities in the tone and the message of the book. I think the message is like finding yourself after grief for young girls, and I think that's what We Are the Scribes was trying to do. So if you liked Monday's Not Coming, I would say pick up We Are the Scribes by Randy Pink. I listened to both of these books, not this one, but I listened to We Are the Scribes and The Kingdoms of Savannah both entirely on the Libby app. So check your library, check your Libby app. all the things, okay? We had a somewhat successful, I think there was a successful vlogs. These are books that I would not have even thought about. They're not in the public. I wouldn't have known anything about them had I not done these challenges, and I enjoyed them. Hopefully I will continue to recommend them to other people. I do highly recommend The Kingdoms of Savannah. Like I said in my past clip, I do think that could possibly be somebody's 5-star. Absolutely. I do recommend We Are the Scribes by Randy Pink. I do think that could be somebody's 5-star. Absolutely. So if these books sound like something that you would enjoy or you think you would enjoy, go ahead and pick them up, and I hope you have a great time with them. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. I need to go ahead. I should have put this at the beginning. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are watching this video and you are not subscribed, just go ahead and help a girl out. Hit that button, subscribe, and then come back and watch the video, because I know you want to see more videos like this. I know you do. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.